Have you ever noticed that feeling of being subtly steered in a direction you didn't consciously choose? That's manipulation, an ancient and pervasive tactic used throughout history, and it's as prevalent in today's digital world as it was in the times of the Stoics. Even Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king and a formidable leader of Roman antiquity, warned us about those who might exploit our virtues for their own ends. Today, we're going to dive deep into this topic, blending the insights from these ancient thinkers with practical, modern-day applications. This video isn't just about identifying the tactics of manipulators, it's about arming you with Stoic wisdom that serves as both a shield and a guide. With Stoicism, we learn to recognize our impulses and reactions, develop a clear vision of our values, and stand firm in our personal integrity. Today, we'll explore 10 common ways you might be unknowingly manipulated and how Stoic principles can help you navigate these challenges with grace and resilience. Prepare to empower yourself with knowledge and techniques that not only enhance your awareness, but also fortify your capacity to interact with the world on your own terms. Let's start this journey to greater understanding and personal freedom. Chapter 1: The Unending Validation Game. Imagine a scenario where you feel like you're constantly on trial, whether in your personal relationships or at work. You find yourself repeatedly proving your worth, your love, loyalty, or competence. It's as though no amount of effort is ever enough. You're stuck in an unending game of validation. This is a subtle but pervasive form of manipulation where your desire for acceptance and approval is exploited, keeping you hooked on performing and pleasing. Understanding the manipulation. In this game, the manipulator plays on your insecurities and the natural human need for social approval. They create a situation where their approval becomes your goal, shifting your focus from your own standards to theirs. This often leads to a cycle of dependency, where your self-esteem becomes tightly intertwined with their validation. Stoic response and self-improvement tips. Acknowledge your intrinsic value. Stoicism teaches us that our worth is inherent and independent of external validation. Recognize that you do not need to prove your worth to anyone. Your value comes from your virtues and your actions, not from the fluctuating opinions of others. Set personal boundaries. It's crucial to establish and maintain clear boundaries. Define limits on how much you are willing to do to earn approval and recognize when those limits are being tested or crossed. This act itself is empowering and helps mitigate manipulation. Focus on self-approval. Shift the focus from pleasing others to pleasing yourself. Evaluate your actions based on your values and principles. Are you acting in a way that you respect? If so, external validation becomes less significant. Cultivate emotional independence. Develop your emotional resilience by detaching your self-esteem from others' opinions. This can be achieved through practices like meditation, journaling, and other reflective exercises that strengthen your understanding of self. Educate yourself on manipulative behaviors. Being aware of manipulation tactics makes you less vulnerable to them. Understanding that this constant demand for proof of your worth is a manipulation strategy can help you step back and reassess your participation in these dynamics. By applying these Stoic principles and strategies, you empower yourself to step out of the validation game. Instead of being pulled into a cycle of seeking approval, you begin to trust in your inherent worth. This not only reduces the power of manipulation in your life, but also leads to deeper personal satisfaction and authentic living. Chapter 2: Shadows of Communication. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation that feels like trying to read a book with half the pages torn out? This scenario is all too common when dealing with manipulators who thrive on ambiguous and passive-aggressive communication. This tactic leaves you confused, second-guessing yourself, and filling the gaps with your own doubts and insecurities. It's a deliberate ploy to keep you off balance, making you more susceptible to further manipulation. Understanding the manipulation. Manipulators use vague and indirect language to avoid commitment and to weave a narrative that can be shifted based on their needs. This lack of clarity is not by accident, it's by design. The uncertainty it creates is a powerful tool, as it makes you question your own judgments and memories, often leading you to lean more heavily on the manipulator for their version of reality. Stoic response and self-improvement tips. value clear communication. Following the Stoic emphasis on honesty and directness, strive to communicate clearly and expect the same from others. Avoid participating in conversations that are murky or where the intentions are not clear. Ask direct questions. When faced with ambiguity, don't be afraid to ask direct questions to clarify the other person's meaning. A simple, "Can you clarify what you mean by that?" can be incredibly effective. Manipulators often rely on your reluctance to seek clarification. Breaking this pattern can disrupt their tactics. Trust your perceptions. Stoicism teaches us to trust our own experiences and judgments. If a conversation or a statement doesn't sit right with you, trust that feeling. Take a step back and analyze why it made you feel uneasy. Avoid filling in the blanks. When details are missing, resist the urge to fill in the blanks with assumptions or fears. This can lead to misunderstandings and misjudgments. Instead, seek out more information or allow the situation to unfold further before drawing conclusions. Educate yourself on communication techniques. Understanding non-verbal cues, tone, and patterns of speech can help you detect passive aggressiveness or deceit. Knowledge in these areas can make you less vulnerable to manipulation. By implementing these strategies, you can shield yourself from the shadows of manipulation through communication. Clear, honest dialogue is not only a Stoic practice, but also a fundamental component of healthy relationships and interactions. Free yourself from the fog of ambiguous communication and step into the light of clarity and directness. Chapter 3: The Maze of Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a particularly insidious form of manipulation that can make you doubt your very perception of reality. This tactic involves someone questioning your memories, your understanding of events, and even your sanity, all with the aim of gaining power over you. It's like being lost in a maze where every turn is manipulated to bring you back to the same confusing starting point. Understanding the manipulation. The term gaslighting originates from a play and subsequent movie in which a husband manipulates small elements of his wife's environment and insists she is mistaken or misremembering when she points out these changes. This type of manipulation is powerful and dangerous because it can undermine your mental stability and self-trust, making you more dependent on the manipulator. Stoic response and self-improvement tips. Trust your perceptions. Stoicism teaches us to trust our own senses and judgments. When someone tries to make you doubt your reality, it's crucial to hold firm to what you know and have experienced. Documenting conversations and events can be a helpful way to maintain your grasp on reality when someone claims things didn't happen as you remember. Seek external validation. While Stoics advocate for internal validation, in cases of gaslighting, external perspectives can be invaluable. Talking to trusted friends or a therapist can help confirm the validity of your perceptions and provide support. Maintain emotional distance. If you suspect you are being gaslighted, maintaining emotional distance can prevent the manipulator from affecting your feelings and reactions. This doesn't mean withdrawing completely, but rather protecting your emotional well-being by not engaging deeply with the manipulative behaviors. Strengthen your mental fortitude. Regular reflection on your thoughts and feelings can build mental resilience. Stoic practices like journaling and meditation can help you stay centered and confirm the reality of your experiences. Educate yourself about manipulation. Understanding the tactics and signs of gaslighting can prepare you to recognize it early. This knowledge empowers you to confront the behavior or remove yourself from the situation before it escalates. By applying Stoic principles and strategies, you can navigate the maze of gaslighting with clarity and strength. Remember, while you can't control the actions of others, you have complete authority over your responses and your grasp on reality. Use these Stoic teachings to protect your mental landscape and maintain your sanity in the face of manipulative tactics. Chapter 4: Disguised Disrespect. It's a scenario many of us are familiar with. A joke is made at your expense, and when you express discomfort or hurt, the retort comes swiftly, "I'm just joking." This kind of interaction is a subtle form of manipulation, often disguised as humor. It can be used to test boundaries, subtly undermine your self-esteem, and dismiss your feelings as overreactions, all while maintaining a veneer of social acceptability. Understanding the manipulation. This tactic uses humor as a mask for disrespect, allowing the manipulator to deflect accountability by turning the tables on you. The implication is that your reaction is the problem, not the comment itself, which can lead you to question your own feelings and responses. Stoic response and self-improvement tips. Maintain dignity and equanimity. Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by external opinions or comments. Maintain your dignity by not allowing such remarks to disturb your inner peace. Recognize that these comments reflect more about the speaker than they do about you. Clarify intentions. When faced with humorous disrespect, ask clarifying questions. For instance, you might respond with, "What did you mean by that?" This forces the speaker to consider the implications of their words and either explain their intent or acknowledge the inappropriateness of their comment. Express how it made you feel. Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but rather understanding and managing them. Express how the comment made you feel in a calm and reasoned manner. This can help establish boundaries and inform the speaker that their words have consequences. Choose your battles wisely. While it's important to address disrespect, Stoics also advise us to pick our battles wisely. Assess whether the situation warrants a response or if it's more prudent to let it go without letting it disturb your peace. Reflect on the virtue of respect. Engage in personal reflection to reinforce your commitment to virtuous living, which includes treating others with respect and expecting the same in return. Journaling about these experiences can solidify your values and enhance your resilience against future instances of disguised disrespect. By applying these Stoic principles, you can navigate situations of disguised disrespect with grace and composure. Rather than letting such comments disturb your peace, use them as opportunities to strengthen your understanding of yourself and your commitment to living virtuously. This approach not only protects your inner tranquility, but also sets a standard for how you allow others to treat you. Chapter 5. Playing the victim. A common manipulative tactic is when someone constantly portrays themselves as a victim. This approach is not about genuine suffering, but is a strategic choice to evade responsibility and manipulate the emotions of others. By presenting themselves as perennially wronged or oppressed, they appeal to your compassion and guilt, often to sway decisions, avoid accountability, or gain undue advantages. Understanding the manipulation, the victim tactic manipulates by exploiting the natural human response to help and protect. This can lead to a one-sided relationship where you're continually giving support, but your needs and concerns are dismissed or ignored. It can create an emotional burden, while the manipulator avoids facing their responsibilities or the consequences of their actions. Stoic response and self-improvement tips. Encourage personal responsibility. Stoicism teaches the importance of personal accountability. Encourage those who frequently play the victim to take responsibility for their actions and the outcomes. This can be a delicate balance, but remind them, and yourself, that everyone has the power to change their circumstances through their choices. Balance compassion with discernment. While it's important to be compassionate, Stoicism also calls for wisdom in our interactions. Be discerning about when you are genuinely helping versus when you are being manipulated into enabling unhealthy behaviors. It's vital to recognize the difference to prevent being emotionally exploited. Set clear boundaries. Protect your emotional energy by setting clear boundaries. Let it be known what you are willing to tolerate and where your limits lie. Boundaries are crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship and preventing manipulation. React with integrity and wisdom. Stoicism doesn't advocate for cold indifference, but rather for a reasoned, wise response to life's challenges. When dealing with a manipulator who plays the victim, respond in a manner that is thoughtful and aligned with your values, rather than reacting impulsively to emotional manipulation. Foster honest relationships. Promote transparency and honesty in your relationships. This can be achieved by having open conversations about feelings, expectations, and behaviors. Honest dialogue can often illuminate manipulative dynamics and encourage healthier interactions. By employing these Stoic strategies, you can navigate the complex dynamics of dealing with someone who habitually plays the victim. This not only helps in maintaining your emotional health, but also aids in cultivating relationships that are based on genuine respect and mutual growth, rather than manipulation and deceit. In our journey through the subtleties of manipulation, we've uncovered not just the tactics themselves, but also the Stoic wisdom that empowers us to navigate them with discernment and integrity. Stoicism does more than reveal the mechanics of manipulation. It teaches us to affirm our internal experiences, uphold our personal boundaries, and interact with others in a manner that is honest and respectful. As we conclude, remember that recognizing manipulative behaviors is only the beginning. The true essence of Stoicism lies in cultivating a life enriched with virtue and resilience. By embracing Stoic principles, we transform potential vulnerabilities into fortitudes, ensuring that our responses to manipulation are always rooted in reason and self-respect. Whether it's resisting the endless validation game, cutting through the fog of ambiguous communication, standing firm against gaslighting, navigating disguised disrespect, or discerning the manipulative cries of a false victim, Stoicism provides a robust framework for maintaining our equilibrium and asserting our dignity. Let this exploration serve as a reminder that each moment of manipulation, confronted with Stoic wisdom, not only strengthens our character, but also deepens our understanding of human interactions. Your journey through life's challenges, armed with Stoic insights, is a testament to the power of philosophy in everyday life. Embrace these teachings and let your actions reflect the calm, composed, and wise Stoic spirit. In doing so, you create a life not just resistant to manipulation, but also rich in integrity and purpose. Thank you for joining us in this exploration. As you continue to navigate the complexities of social interactions, carry your Stoic shield proudly and let your life be a beacon of virtue and resilience. Until next time, stay Stoic.